All right, and we're getting ready to get back into the second half of action. Our Mountaineers have a 7-point lead through the first, and it seemed like they were really clicking right before the end of the quarter. They got a couple of free throws to go their way, and it's always nice to go into the halftime locker room with the lead. And we'll see if they can continue to extend it right here. It's going to be LaGrange ball to start the half.
Yeah, very interesting into the first half.
Interesting's a good word for it.
Went from a 3-point lead to a 7-point lead in the span of about 8 seconds. In the last 0.3, lots of free throws.
A long 0.3 seconds. And Law starts the half with the ball. Looking to feed it inside. Youngblood with it on the post. Decides to not guard him on the three-pointer. Youngblood shoots that one no good.
Yeah, I felt like almost Isaac Cottle was daring him to take that three.
He did. And Carter gets that offensive rebound and shot is blocked. So LaGrange going the other way. But, yeah, like you said, he was content to give him that shot. He wasn't worried about it. And number 5, Cameron knocks down that three.
And you don't want to give him that three.
Yeah, he's been looking to score.
I think on that last play, you had a good defensive possession and then had an opportunity.
And the lob from Cottle to Carter, and they usually get that about once a game.
At least once a game, yeah.
And it's just smooth. They got a really good connection. That 1-2 game's dangerous. Skipping it up court to Charlton. Charlton one-on-one.
He is so good at slinging his body at somebody, creating the contact and making sure to still finish.
Absolutely. He has great concentration around the rim, and that's something really rare for freshmen especially.
Right, and I think as a defender, I don't know what else you're supposed to do on that play. You're standing straight up, and you get knocked back by this little cannonball flying at you. And Andy finishes the shot.
Anderson gets that post move to go over Embry.
Yeah, Embry there looking for the charge.
And that's a good team play right there, trying to draw that charge. Just don't get the call always.
Yeah, and that's the risk you take if you don't get the call, is that you got a guy wide open down low with an easy layup. So
Youngblood at the free throw line. Stops, gets it over, can't get that one to go, fighting for the rebound. Law comes away with it, back to Youngblood, misses once again.
And Embry gets it.
After 4 attempts, no buckets. Carter comes away with this one.
And that's one of those things you hate to see if you're the coach. You get 4 attempts at the basket and come away empty.
Cottle tries the spin move. He is tangled up, and that's going to be a reaching foul. Foul is going to be called on number 2, Law. And checking in for the Mountaineers, number 4, Jair Jackson. And Jackson had a couple spurts in that first half where he really showed some good energy plays and great defensive presence.
I think you want to see him start creating those moments as often as possible.
And was looking for the ball, didn't see it, bounced off his back. Carter spin move, throws up the shot, no good. Anderson with the board. At the top of the key, Youngblood inside, spin move, tried to dump it down. Carter poked that one out of there. Back to Anderson. No good on that first attempt. Gets his own rebound, and he's going to get the and one.
Foul caught on Jair there.
And checking in for the Mountaineers, number 2, Hudson. Can be Anderson at the line for 2 free throws. That's one thing that you really got to focus on the second half, because that's where they can start to make a run, is just securing these possessions. You force them to miss the shot and don't give them another opportunity. He misses that free throw right there.
And I think if you're Jair Jackson, that's the one thing you didn't do right, was making sure he didn't get the rebound.
Right, he did good job on that first initial shot, and then just bad position after a rebound. Charlton gives it up, moving it around the perimeter. Cottle in the corner for 3, knocks it down, and that is his spot.
And that was a great job by Kevion Hudson there, recognizing that he had a man open in the corner ready to go.
Yep, and that's something that you talked a lot about in the first half, just that recognition. And Jackson not happy with that foul call.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, the ball was well away. His hand is still straight in the air, and he gets a high five from the guy. I mean, I don't know how much difference he's supposed to do there.
Yeah, he just decides to walk away from the play. Yeah. Probably the smart decision. Anderson going to the line, makes that first one. Checking in for the Mountaineers, number 30, Doty, replacing Jackson.
Right to 50. I'm up. Second shot, Anderson. Right to 50.
Anderson lining up for number 2. And that is 2 for 2 from the line. Checking in for the Panthers, number 25, Brown. And Berea still has the 5-point lead with just under 17 minutes remaining. Looking to break the press right here. Had a man open down low, but swarmed by defenders and stolen by Brown. Brown inside floater. And great defense right there from Cottle to hang in there and take that charge, take the contact, and turnover, Berea basketball.
Yeah, just a smart play there by Isaac Cottle. Yep. See a big man coming with a head of steam, and you're able to get position. I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do there.
Yep, and Cottle's not necessarily someone that gets a lot of recognition for defense, but that charge was huge. And they're going to call a turnover right there.
I think they're saying Quay took a step, but I think he threw the ball out before he got that foot down, and that's what his argument was. But nothing you can do. Yeah, they're not going to change the call. And that's what I always tell my girls on the soccer field. How many times have you argued and the refs changed their call?
Right. The only person I ever see argue with the ref and get the call changed is Michael Jordan.
What? Wow. Foul there on Terrell Carter, his third, I believe.
And just a couple unusual calls.
Yeah.
And like you said, that puts Carter in a little bit of trouble with his third foul. Normally pretty good at avoiding that, but just can't get the whistle to go his way today. Berea maintains a 3-point lead with possession. And he was fouled. And they're calling this one tight.
Calling a very tight game right now.
Any kind of contact's almost guaranteed to draw a whistle at this point.
Less than 4 minutes into the second half, we've already got 6 fouls total.
And Hudson with it. Looking to feed it inside to Doty in the post. Back out to Cottle. Corner 3. Can't get that one to go. And just made one from that spot not too long ago. So good shot right there. Just can't get the result. Youngblood throws it up inside to Brown. Swinging it around. And no good on the 3, but they let him get the offensive rebound.
Great job there by Berea, making them have to swing that 3-point play.
And Charlton is charged with the travel violation.
Surprised not a foul call on that one.
And we got media timeout called on the floor with just under 16 minutes remaining in this final half. Score is Berea 54, LaGrange 51.
John Malcolm's referee?
He did it? Yeah.
Folks, don't forget the Berea College Athletic Department, like the past 2019-20 season sponsors, USM Thank you to Berea Hospitality for their continued support of our athletic programs. On game days, be sure to stay at the Holiday Express in Berea, managed by Rainmaker Hospitality. When you make reservations, you can always ask the athletics discount, or if you're alone.
All right, and just under 16 minutes remaining in our final half. Berea has the 3-point lead, but LaGrange has possession.
Good job there by Doty.
Yep, good defense to come away with the steal on the inbound. Miller with the ball for the Mountaineers. Got to get a good look right here. You want to really extend that lead if at all possible. Cottle, quick trigger. No good on that 3-point attempt, but they get the rebound. And Doty working it inside, trying to secure position. Gets the left hand spin, no.
Yeah, I think that's a great drop step move by Doty there. Get that man on your back.
Yeah, he had him sealed. He was calling for it a little while ago. And that's going to send Doty to the line.
That is a shooting foul.
And that is number 25, Brown's 4th foul. And one more, and he's done for the night. Doty knocks down that first free throw attempt. And checking in for LaGrange, number 12, Anderson.
And apparently some blood on Doty's shirt there. I'm not sure from what.
Gonna have him cleaned up. Then we'll probably get back to it.
He's got 20 seconds to get it taken care of and then get back out there and shoot his free throw.
And scrubbing ferociously.
Yeah, the star of the athletic department, Mariah Stewart, out here.
You know, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of hard work that doesn't really get recognized, but in moments like this, you see how important it is. And Doty's back into the game, fresh, clean jersey.
Short.
Well, maybe not fresh, but no more blood.
Fresh, but definitely cleaned.
Cleaned, yeah. No more blood. That's the big thing. It probably still smells. I wouldn't wear it at this point.
That's what always threw me off, you know, growing up seeing the athlete, you know, after a game throw their jersey to a young fan. I'm like, what kid wants that sweaty, nasty jersey?
You see a big trend in the NBA nowadays.
Yeah.
Kids shoes. Oh. Yeah. Like, you know, that's a sweet sentiment, but those things have got to smell awful.
I get it, but those are riding in the trunk on the way home, honey. I'm sorry.
So we will Febreze those when we get back to the house.
Right. Good block there by Doty.
And Doty all over the place in the paint, just forcing them to shoot it outside, and no good right there. Charlton with the rebound, fighting for the ball. Miller comes away with it. Back to Charlton. It's everywhere.
Back and forth.
And he just gets it across half court before the 10-second violation. Great recognition by Hudson to know the time. Miller for 3, no good.
That's the shot you want him taking, though. That's a good open shot. He's usually very accountable on those.
Anderson with the turnaround knocks it down. And Miller says, let's slow things down a little bit. Don't want to let them get on a run. Berea has the 3-point lead. The ball up to Cottle. Back to Charlton. 4-3. Just a little too long that time.
Yeah, and even though the shots are off these last couple, I mean, those are the shots you want. They're wide open.
Yep.
You got players. Yeah, you got players who can make those, taking the opportunity. So
Doty skips it up court. Hudson all alone in the paint. Nearly got that one to go, but Doty comes away with it. Can't get the putback to go. One-on-one break, and he choked that layup. Great decision by Charlton to not foul right there and let his opponent just hear his footsteps.
It's still
Miller
very close.
Miller gets that one to go.
Very good decision there. Charlton with the interception.
I knew he played football. He was definitely a corner. And a little momentum on Berea's side. Cottle inside. No good. Doty with the rebound, and he's fouled on the shot attempt. Going to the line, 4-2.
And that was just a very professional move by Doty. He came down, had the man's arms in between him, so he went back up with the shot, knew he was going to get that foul call.
And looks like we're about to have a whole platoon swap for the Mountaineers. Got 4 players coming in.
3 in for LaGrange as well.
And both coaches are just like, all right, let's change everything. And Doty missed that first free throw.
Well, sometimes you're teaching a class, the students aren't getting it. You just have to erase the board and start over.
That's a great analogy. He knocks down that second one, checking in for him, number 50, Jacob Keebler. And Keebler has had his impact felt on this game. A couple of blocks in the stat sheet and a couple of shots that won't show up in the sheet, but definitely altered a few.
Definitely, for sure. Playing that big man role, doing it very well.
Yep.
Able to relieve some of the other big guys on the floor, give them some rest.
Yep, and you can see when he's in the game, they're a little more tentative to bring it back into the paint, settling for outside jumpers. Ooh. And definitely could have been a steal, but they're going to call the reach foul on number 2.
That was good hands there by Tariq Miller. Telling coach, I'm okay.
And timeout called on the floor by the Panthers. Berea has the 6-point lead with 12.5 remaining in this one, 59-53.
Converted to a full line, official.
Back into the action here, just under 13 minutes remaining. It's going to be LaGrange basketball to inbound underneath. Feeding it inside. Shoots the long 3, no good.
I think if you're Berea, you take that risk.
Yeah, you know, you got to see a couple go through before you start to respect them on the perimeter.
And there's one.
There you go, and that's number 0, Jones with the corner 3. Miller with the ball for the Mountaineers coming the other way. And really just want to make sure you take your time and get good shots here. You know, you only have a 3-point lead, so every opportunity you have to extend it's going to be crucial. Mays with it, step back 3.
Oof.
Looked like it was going to drop, but can't get the roll.
Thought that one was going to be in there. Good close out there by Terrell Carter.
In the corner for Brown. And he shoots another 3, no good. Mays with a good strong rebound.
Ooh, a little shake and bake there by Terrell Carter.
Gives it up to Miller, fakes the 3. Back to Mays, pulls that one and no good. And they're going to call the timeout. It seems like a odd time for the timeout, but a media timeout called on the floor. Berea has the 3-point lead up against the Panthers, 59-56.
Bridge 0 comes back to the grid. Just watch someone.
And just over 11 minutes remaining in our final period of this game, and it's going to be LaGrange basketball to start.
Before the timeout there, a flop warning given to LaGrange number 0 for falling without any contact, and that's not something you see a lot. It's a fairly new rule in NCAA. I think it's a Class B warning, so no technical given on the first offense. But you really don't see a lot of referees acknowledging that.
I think that was the first time I've seen it called, at least this year. Pull-up 3 is no good. Rebound Mays, and Mays soaring up for a couple rebounds. You like to see that athleticism put to use.
Yeah, he's done well. He's even been trying to create some offense, just unable to make some of them.
And Carter goes for the lob, and he is fouled on the floor before the shot attempt.
15 hitting him with the forearm there, moving him out of the way. And I'm going to be honest, as a player, I would have done the same thing. I'm not trying to get dunked on or put on anybody's highlight reel.
I'm not going to let you do that.
As soon as he made that cut, you knew exactly what was about to happen.
Yep, and Cottle to Carter, they got that connection. They were ready for it.
25, 20 to 50. Yep.
Keebler now has blood on his uniform.
All right. Where's all this blood coming from? What's going on here?
And my guess is that it's got to be coming from somebody. The only common denominator here is that both of the players who've had it are on the post play. So I'm thinking that's what the referees are doing now. They're checking some of the LaGrange players, checking for some blood. So now Doty in for Keebler.
All right, you know, you say you put your blood, sweat, and tears into this game, and
usually a little less blood. Usually a little less blood.
Mays with a quick pull-up, and he gets that kind roll, knocks that one down.
And Mays, you know, contrary to what we've seen in the couple of shots he's taken here, actually a really good shooter. So when he gets going, he's a good offensive weapon to have. So if you can get him started with some of those little short pops there on the rub or a high post play.
Yeah, and you know, since he's been involved on the rebounding end and he's played pretty good defense, that's just going to feed into his confidence. Quade Charlton knocked down that 3.
Maybe even got hit on the arm, but let it fly and made it. 6-point lead now for the Mountaineers. 10 minutes left in this game.
Feeds it inside to Brown.
That was a great job by Doty there, creating the positioning there.
Flop warning, white, throwing himself on the floor.
And another flop warning. And just unusual. And flop warning was called on Charlton.
Flop warning called on Charlton now, and I didn't see the first one that he called a flop warning on that one. I know Charlton got hit on the arm.
So they're looking to give somebody that tee.
He must be a stickler for that rule. I'm not sure this is the first time I've seen one given out in the game this season.
Let alone two.
Yeah.
It's going to be Berea basketball. Miller with it.
Waves off Isaac and says, I'll bring it all the way up, don't worry.
Gives it up to Charlton, trying to feed it inside. Miller with the 3 in the corner, no good.
Good job fighting there by Doty and creating some contact.
And Doty's done a great job, especially in this half, of just securing some offensive rebounds. And he's not knocking down a whole lot of inside layups, but he's getting to the line a lot and getting those easy opportunities from the free throw. And Doty knocks down that first one, which extends Berea's lead to 7 points. Checking in for the Mountaineers, number 2, Hudson, and in for the Panthers, number 3, Shepard.
Second shot, Doty.
Doty lining up for number 2. And no good that time. Splits the free throws. Going to be Shepard with the ball for the Panthers. Pick and roll from Anderson.
Good.
And pull-up jumper.
Good D there by Quay Charlton.
Yep, and good recognition by them to switch. You could hear the coach calling it out from the sideline. Charlton all the way inside, off his knee, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, number 5 there for LaGrange, able to get around Charlton's body and poke from the back. Made Charlton knock it back off his own.
And they're going to call the offensive foul on Shepard. Call a push-off.
I missed that one. I'm not sure exactly what happened on that. He had his arm into him, or
they were trying to inbound, and he looked like he was just trying to create a little separation using his arm.
Wow. Like we said at the beginning of the half, though, the referee's calling it pretty tight here.
And pass intercepted, going to the rim. Easy bucket from number 11, Blair.
Kevion did a good job beating him to the basket, but instead of going straight up, he shot away from the contact there.
Looked like he was just going to go for the block attempt rather than making it a difficult shot.
Yeah.
Mountaineers moving it around the perimeter quickly. Hudson with the drive.
Stepped on the inline.
And checking in for the Mountaineers is number 23, Carter. He replaces number 10, Charlton. So Berea with the 5-point lead, 8.5 minutes remaining. LaGrange has possession.
Very close game throughout this contest. Very well played on both sides.
Yep, I think the largest lead we've seen is 7 or 8 points, and that was just a little bit ago. Anderson inside, doubled immediately. Somehow got that pass through there and out of bounds off Carter. Tried to get that rebound, just couldn't get 2 hands on it. And checking in number 50, Jacob Keebler.
Yeah, you bring your rim protector back in on these situations. Apparently got the blood off the jersey now. It's ready to go.
It's a cleaner, not fresh. And Anderson with the inside feed. Ball's poked out of bounds by Carter once again, just being active on the defensive end. They get it into Youngblood. Down low to Anderson. And they're going to call a foul on number 50, Keebler.
That was the fastest 2-hand check call I've seen in the post in a long time.
And, you know,
not the wrong call, just the fastest.
Like we said, everything's going to get a whistle. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this final half. Our score is Berea 65, LaGrange 60. All right, just under 8 minutes remaining, still anybody's game, highly competitive. Berea has the 5-point lead. LaGrange possession inbound underneath. Gives it up to Blair, the inside drive. Shot is no good, but once again, they're going to call a foul. That's going to send Blair to the line for 2.
I think that's one of those where his arms came down, and so you got to call a foul. If he keeps those straight up there, he was straight up and down, probably gets away with it. I don't think the arm swinging made any difference on the shot.
Nope. And Blair misses that first one.
Turns out to be an okay foul.
Anytime they miss, you'd rather have that than a layup. He knocks down that second one, splitting the free throws, and that is a 2-possession game. Berea's up 4.
LaGrange here going with a little more extra height, 25 back in the game.
And the way this one's being called right now may just come down to a free throw war. And they're going to call the blocking foul on number 32, Youngblood.
I think that one, he was already falling before he got the contact. If he would have stayed straight up and got the hit,
he probably
a good setup for a charge, yeah.
But that is going to be the bonus, so that's going to send Carter to the line for the 1-and-1 free throw attempt.
A chance to stretch this lead out to 6 points again.
Let's go, rebound.
And he knocks down the first one. Checking in for the Mountaineers, number 33, Embry. He replaces Doty. And Berea going back to that 5-guard lineup, having Embry play the 5. And Carter knocks down that second one, but so they're going to count the free throw.
Foul on Embry there, pushed through the man who was boxing him out there. I think that's a mental mistake by MJ there. You see the guy who's in front of you. Let it go. You got Terrell Carter at the line.
Yep, you just got points on the free throw. You don't want to give up points on the other end.
Luckily, no harm done yet. Oh. And there, Embry,
too soon.
There, Embry had the rebound secured and then brought it down, and LaGrange able to take it away.
And like I said just a minute ago, the free throw war, that's really who's gonna knock down the most free throws, because they're both getting a lot of calls. And Blair knocks down the first one. Checking in for the Mountaineers, we have number 10, Charlton, and number 30, Doty, replacing Hudson and Embry. And you got to make sure you secure this rebound right here if you're the Mountaineers. No rebound to be had as he knocks down that second one.
Good job there by Zaccato directing traffic. Knowing that if Doty stays down there, they have an option at a trap, so he got him on down the court so he could bring it all the way up.
Yep, good leadership. Just tell everybody, get out of the way. And shoots the floater.
And the tip there. Should have been an and one maybe, but that was a great athletic play by Zaccato there.
And that's why they say always follow your shot. And, another example of his leadership, just not giving up on a play.
Yeah.
Always holding himself accountable. The baseline drive, he is fouled. Foul is going to be called on number 10, Charlton. It's going to send Cameron to the line for 2.
Charlton's first foul.
And LaGrange is now in the double bonus, so every foul from here on out will constitute 2 free throws.
I believe both teams now, double bonus.
Checking in after that free throw is number 50, Jacob Keebler. And he knocks down that second one.
Lead down to 4, 7 minutes left in the second half here. Zaccato will bring the ball up the floor.
And Carter with the drive.
Another
offensive rebound.
Another one of those options where you have the leaders who are out here, they're going to take their shot, they're also going to follow that shot.
I'm putting it back. They're just padding their stats. They like to get those extra rebounds in there, sneaking them in. And hard closeout by Cottle, somehow recovers in position. Blair inside drive, and
it was a pretty late call there on Keebler.
And that's going to give Keebler his second. He's going to send Blair to the line for 2. And knocks down that first one. He's going to shrink Berea's lead to 5. And good on that second one. So Berea with a 4-point lead. 6.5 remaining in this final half. Skips it up court to Keebler.
Keebler looked for that pass, just made a decision there probably for the best to not throw it down low.
Yep.
With LaGrange recovering.
Yeah, you might have got away with it, but it's not worth risking the turnover.
No, you keep the possession alive, and that gives you an option to hopefully score a basket here.
And Cottle with the quick 3, no good, and over the back called on Keebler, and he a little frustrated out there. Game's being called really, really tight. And that's going to give him 3 fouls. And Anderson going to the line. No good on that first attempt. Checking in is number 3, Miller, and number 4, Jackson.
See if Jair has a little bit better circumstances down here playing down low.
And, it's just being called tough down there, and that's especially hard whenever you're a post and, your job is to be physical.
Yeah, and I think as a player, it's sometimes one of those rougher moments is when you have to adjust your style of play to match what's being called. Not impossible.
And ball stolen away by Anderson. Cottle just a little too excited there trying to get it up court. In the corner, Blair for 3. No good. Anderson rebound. Gets his own board and puts it back up and in. Miller going up court now. Berea only has the 1-point lead. A little bit of a run here by LaGrange, and you got to execute if you're the Mountaineers. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Charlton gives it up to Cottle. Cottle to Miller. Miller for 3.
That is timely right there.
And they needed that badly. Great shot by Miller to give them a 4-point lead, extend it to 2 possessions. And Carter comes away with a steal, coming away with their own run right here. Dumps it down to Jackson. Jackson can't get that one to go. Saved by Carter. Carter inside, stepping past his man, and wow. Interesting.
That is questionable. I don't know about that one.
And they're going to call the travel on Carter. Looked like it was all right, but they're going to say lifted his pivot foot.
I don't know how. He had both feet planted on a step.
And then jumped after that.
Yeah, and then jumped after that. So I'm not sure which pivot foot they think he missed.
Right, that side.
And just 4.5 remaining in this contest.
We really could use a stop here defensively. Get out of this possession. And that's not what you want. You don't want a 3-pointer for sure.
Cameron knocks that one down from deep.
Still the 1-point lead.
And some timely baskets here down the stretch. Keeping this one interesting. Mountaineers moving it around. Carter at the high post. Gets inside, throws one off the glass, no good. Anderson with the board. And dropped that pass. Could have potentially taken the lead with that shot. And it's going to be a media timeout called on the floor. Just under 4 minutes remaining in this one. Score is Berea 74, LaGrange 73.
Yes, sir.
And the action set to resume. It's going to be Berea basketball with a 1-point lead. They have possession. Carter inbounds it to Charlton. And getting past the defenders all the way into the rim. Wow. And
freshman leadership there.
Just like he's done all game, getting right into the teeth of the defense, taking the contact and finishing through it.
I love watching that young man play and develop and continuously getting better. Every game I see something new that I didn't see before.
And LaGrange gets that bucket, number 15, Edwards with the layup. And back and forth. Nice move. Wow, Doty right there showing you a little bit of touch around the rim. And Berea takes the 3-point lead. Back the other way, 1-point lead. And a lot of quick buckets right here. Timeout called on the floor. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Score is Berea 78, LaGrange 77.
Let's go.
All right, an exciting game shaking up right here. Could be decided by the last few possessions. Berea, once again, 1-point lead with possession. See what they can make of it. LaGrange in a full court press, trying to get a turnover. Gives it up to Carter. Carter stops back out to Cotto, 4-3, knocks it down.
Great find there by Carter. Make sure to slow it down. He didn't make a stupid pass, didn't make any kind of move that he didn't have to, and found his partner in crime, Isaac Cotto, waiting on it.
And Cotto got ice in the veins. Big 3 right there. And they're going to call a foul on the floor.
I thought that was going to be a jump ball call. That looked like Carter had it tied up pretty well. Now that's his 4th.
Now the question is, do you take him out here with under 3 minutes remaining, or do you just kind of let him play through?
I think from a coaching standpoint, I trust my upperclassman here. He's a very skilled player, very smart player, and generally speaking, probably going to be able to manage himself for 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I think.
I think so. I think that's the right call. You know, he's just not getting the whistle today, but really smart player in terms of avoiding fouls. So, you know, maybe just back up a little bit on defense. You don't want to sacrifice too much. Still want to be physical, but you got to be careful to not get that final call. And Cottle with it. Mountaineers up 2. Ball stolen away by Blair. Fouled on the layup. And a good foul by Miller to stop the layup from happening, but he nearly got the N1.
Yeah. That's what we got to make sure we are aware of going down this stretch, not forcing any of those passes and allowing them to get those kind of turnovers. Right there, a chance to go up by 4 now becomes a chance to have a tie game.
And Blair knocks down that first one, makes it a 1-point Berea lead. And 2 for 2, we're all tied up at 81, 2.5 remaining. Kyle with the ball for the Mountaineers. And this is when the Stars really shine. Need them making the decisions. Carter with it. Inside drive, gets past his man all the way to the rim. Looked like it hit the bottom of the net, but can't get that layup to go. Corner 3 from Blair, knocks it down. Wow. And timeout called on the floor. 2 minutes remaining. LaGrange takes a 3-point lead. They're up 84-81. Just over 2 minutes. Still anybody's game. Big possession from the Mountaineers right here. Down 3 points. You don't have to get all of them back in one possession, but you got to execute right here.
Yeah, I think in a game of runs, LaGrange has had the latest one. Now down by 3, the Mountaineers try to mount a nice run of their own to finish out this game.
And Charlton with the ball. Cottle trying to get it inside. Charlton to the rim, absorbing the contact. Can't get the layup to go, but he's going to the line for some free throws.
Good move there by Charlton, getting down into the teeth of defense, doing what he's been doing the whole game.
Really forcing the issue in offense. And Charlton goes to the line for number 1, knocks it down, makes it a 2-point LaGrange lead.
Now, make or miss here, you got to play some very hard defense on the Berea side and hope for either a turnover or a stop.
Yep. And knocked it down, so makes it a 1-point game and big possession on the defensive end for Berea.
90 seconds left in this ball game. Whole lot of time.
And good feet by Doty. Looked like he was playing soccer out there.
Yeah.
And it may just go out of bounds, but it stopped from getting an easy layup inside. Good recognition.
Caught him right in the shin there. I'm gonna have to work with him in the offseason, make sure he knows how to flick that right up to his hands.
And Blair.
Oh, wow.
And they're gonna call a foul on that one. Looked relatively harmless to me.
31 hit it right here. Right there.
That was a very late whistle. And that's 5 on
on
Doty.
Doty's final foul. Played hard tonight. You hate to see a player foul out, especially with the impact that he's had throughout this one. And coming in for him is number 2, Hudson.
And I think when you have a whistle that late, you got to wonder if it goes in, does the referee make the same call? And should that be the case?
And Blair knocks down that first one, extends their lead to 2. And could see Coach going a potential offense-defense lineup here soon whenever switching out Hudson for Keebler, perhaps.
Yeah.
1 minute, 15 seconds remaining. Mountaineers down 2. Big possession. Cotto at the top of the key, isolating his defender. Gets
that's got to be an and one.
And one, count it. Give him the points. Give him a free throw. Huge momentum right there. We're tied up at 85.
Yeah, if you call the one down here, you're going to have to call that one, especially when you got Cotto getting hit, and he's done a great job creating some contact down there and finishing through the contact.
Yep, and checking in like I predicted, number 50, Keebler, coming in for this defensive possession, and just in there to deter the offense a little bit, maybe get a hand on a shot, and Cotto knocks down that one, gives them the lead. What a clutch player, got ice in his veins.
1 point, 1 minute. Both teams in the double bonus, no fouls to give. We want to see a big stop here by Berea.
And Miller working on the defensive end, making it tough on his man right there. The inside jumper.
Oh, wow.
Knocked it off the glass.
And I think if you're Miller, you don't do much different on that one.
Yep, that was good defense. And we have a timeout called on the floor. What an exciting one this has shaped out to be. 38 seconds remaining. Berea down 1. It's 86-87.
You getting the stop. You getting the stop. You getting the stop. You getting the stop.
Just a few possessions remaining in this one. 38 seconds. Down 1. Berea has the ball. We'll see if they can take the lead right here. Got to get a good look. Charlton with it. They have nearly the whole shot clock to work with. Cotto for 3. Oh, rattled around. Miller comes away with it.
Oh, wow.
Youngblood gets the ball for the Panthers.
Miller did a great job getting the rebound. He just did not secure it.
And you got to get a foul or a turnover here. Youngblood goes up for the layup, gets that one to go. 16 seconds, down 3. Cotto with it. Up to Charlton, fakes the 3. The 3 ball's up. It is good. He ties it up at 89. What a shot from the freshman. Blair coming down on the other end. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Inside drive. Gets it to no, it's no good. Carter coming the other way. 2 seconds, 1 second. Throws up the half court shot. Oh, so close. And we're going to overtime, folks. 89-89. What a thriller.
Wow.
And I really thought that last second
thought it was
shot.
in there.
Got my heart pumping.
You got bonus footage. I don't know who went to Buffalo Wild Wings, but
yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings doing something for the Super Bowl, right? If it goes into overtime, everyone gets free wings.
Is that the case?
I think so.
Well, I didn't know what my plans were for tomorrow night, but now it's going to be me at church in the morning praying for overtime, and the Buffalo Wild Wings at night waiting for the free wings. Gonna have a 5-minute overtime here.
5 minutes to decide this one, and what a roller coaster of emotions those last few seconds were.
Oh yeah, yeah. That layup LaGrange got at the end. You thought it was in, then somehow it comes back out. We get the rebound, come out. You throw a shot up from 3/4 of the court. It almost goes in.
That was close, but 2 real close calls right there.
Both teams playing very hard out here, giving some quality entertainment for this afternoon.
Yep, and going to overtime, that means we're getting paid for overtime.
Yeah. Maybe you are. I'm salaried, Lane. It is all overtime.
All right, and about ready to tip off this overtime period. Great game so far. 5 minutes remaining to decide this one.
Yeah, we had it.
Overtime begins.
And I believe the rule is 1 timeout each for the coaches in this overtime.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. One added. I don't know if they only get the one. But, yeah, 5 minutes here. 89-89.
Got to make sure everybody's in the exact position. And LaGrange gets the tip. It's going to be Edwards with the ball. Pull-up jumper is no good, but they get the rebound. Blair for 3, and he knocks it down. Hit a big one earlier.
And now they got a long rebound.
Got to secure those defensive possessions.
Yeah, well, Mountaineers all crashed the board like they were supposed to, and then the ball comes sailing back over their head off the rim.
Yep, you got to know the position, and a long shot usually creates a long rebound.
Yep.
Charlton Keebler pick. And 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Got to be aware, got to get something. Charlton shoots that 3. No good. Keebler with a big rebound. Got to put that one back up.
3 seconds!
Sends it back out, and 3-second violation. It's going to be a turnover. Little frustration there.
Yeah, you want to see Keebler take that one right back up. You know, you got that size, and I think that's what Tariq Miller's telling him right now. Hey, man, that's your shot. You go ahead and take that back up.
Yeah, you did the dirty work. You secured that rebound.
Yeah, it's yours to lose at that point. Yeah.
LaGrange with it, trying to get it inside. Then they do. Anderson with the layup. That gives them a 5-point lead early in this overtime. Timeout called on the floor. 3:46 remaining in this overtime. LaGrange takes a 5-point lead, is 89-94. All right, ready to get back into it, and a big possession from the Mountaineers right here. Down 5, you need to get something going. Carter with the ball. Back to Embry, to Miller. 8 seconds left in the shot clock. Charlton gets it inside, can't get the layup to go. Long rebound, no good. And LaGrange has possession. Edwards with the ball, up 5.
I think Charlton did what he's supposed to do there offensively, got into the teeth of the defense, got a shot up, just unable to actually make it go through. Down by 5 here, 3 minutes still left, a lot of time. Just got to start getting some stops, getting some offense.
There's one stop right there.
Now turn it into offense, and we're back in this immediately. Tariq Miller there.
Big 3, can't get that one.
Good job, MJ Embry.
Embry securing that space underneath the goal. Easy putback right there. Makes it a 1-possession game.
Exactly. Now a 3-point game. Another stop here. And that's what you got to do if you're Berea. You take it one stop at a time, get your opportunities. That's not what you want to see, but
still plenty of time, but you got to start stringing together a couple stops right here and scoring on the other end. Embry inside in the post. Out to Carter. Fakes the 3. Inside drive. Left-hand layup, no good. Can't get that rebound.
I think what we're getting beat on a lot of times is those long rebounds that are coming out.
Everyone's crashing right underneath the goal, but more often than not, it's just going long.
I think that's one of those moments where, you as a team got to decide, hey, let's stay home on our rebound, stay with your man.
Yep.
Make sure if they're there, we're there too.
Yeah, you don't necessarily go crash to the ball. Just box out your man. The rest will work out. Cottle for three. No good.
There we go.
Embry fakes the three. Pull-up jumper. No good. Carter with it. Knocks it down.
That was a great play by MJ Embry there. You received that rebound, you cut through, you made a play, and then you found your man wide open.
Yep, could have taken either one of those shots, but team player moving the ball. 1 minute, 38 seconds remaining in this final period. Timeout called on the floor. LaGrange is up 2, 96-94.
For their continued support of our athletic programs. At the Holiday Express, mention the athletics discount on game days, and if you're a parent or alum visiting Berea College, you can get a 15% discount any day of the week.
All right, 2-point game, less than a minute and 40 seconds remaining. LaGrange basketball, they're up 2 right now. And if you're Berea, you got to get a stop right here, turn it into points on the other end, potentially take the lead or at least tie it up. But it all starts on the defensive end. And they get into the teeth of the defense, and Charlton is down.
Looked like he got hit with an elbow on that one.
Yep, holding his jaw.
Good job right here. Good execution.
A little shaken up.
Game for Berea, number 14, Mays.
And he's going to check out.
Come on, hey, come on.
I think it maybe scared him more so than anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, any shot to your mouth, you get a little shaken up there. I think he caught an elbow. Nothing intentional by the LaGrange player. Just some contact there. Yeah, and that's one of those where, it shakes your jaw. You might want to take a second.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's in order.
Make sure you can still, open it.
Right. At my age, you just let that go because you're still going to be ugly in the morning. But at Quay's age, you might want to check to make sure everything looks right.
Mays for 3. No good. Can't get that one to go. Down 4 right here. A minute left. And coach is calling for them to hold it and burn some clock right here. Now, you don't necessarily have to foul, but you got to get a stop.
One stop here.
Yep. Got 9 seconds left on that shot clock. Force him into a bad one, and
that's not good defense there. Hit the baseline.
Right to the rim. Down 6. Mountaineers with it. Gives it to Miller. Miller from range. Can't get that one to go. Over the back foul is called on Carter. And that's a little deflating. 39 seconds left. Down 6. You're going to send them to the line for a couple free throws.
That's his 5th foul there, too, which takes one of your leaders off the floor.
And 2 players now fouled out for the Mountaineers. Coming in, number 50, Keebler. And if you're the Mountaineers, you just hope for a couple misses from the line right now.
6-point game, 38 seconds. We saw earlier in the span of 7 seconds.
That's very true.
4 points be scored. So I think here you get out, you get a quick score. Mm-hmm. Try to create some quick stops or fouls on the right people.
Oh yeah, I mean you got time. You just things gotta fall into place.
Here's where you extend the game as much as possible.
Yep.
Going up. Going up.
Mays shoots the long 3, knocks it down. makes it a 5-point game, just under 30 seconds remaining. And anything's possible at this point. 5-point game, LaGrange is up 102-97.
Hey, look, Shaw, you take it out. All right? No, Shaw, you take it out. All right? Junior here, Tank is here. All right, YB, you're here. No, Lincoln, you're here. All right, YB, you're here. All right? So, again, you're coming here. About your posting and all right? Grab me before you
All right, 30 seconds left in this one. LaGrange has possession with a 5-point lead. If you can get a steal on this inbound, never know. And you got to foul immediately. It's going to send Blair to the line for 2, hoping for some misses.
Split second, but yeah, probably.
And he knocks down that first one, extends the lead 2-6. Checking in number 32, Youngblood. And Blair steps to the line for his second one. No good on that one. 6-point lead. 2 threes and it's tied. Cottle from deep range. Can't get that one to go. 21 seconds remaining.
Oh, yeah, you take them from that deep, you got to knock it down or hit something. That's a little deflating for your teammates at that point.
And struggling to get that foul called right here. Maybe just gonna let it play through. And all that's left in this one is for the time to run off the clock. And that is it, folks. Your final score here in Berea, Kentucky, as our Mountaineers fall, scored 97, the LaGrange Panthers 103. Hard-fought game from both teams, but make sure you come back tomorrow as our men's team will face off against the Huntington Hawks in conference play as well. Thanks for tuning in on behalf of everyone here at the Berea College Athletic Sports Network. We appreciate you listening. Make sure you come back tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.